Have you ever walked away from someone who needed you most? Stay until the end, because this story will show you it's never too late to come home. My name is Marcus, and I'm sitting in this empty apartment, staring at a picture I've carried for 12 years. 12 years since I walked out on my wife Jennifer and our 2 daughters. 12 years of running from the biggest mistake of my life. 12 years of being a coward. I was 28 when I left. Life got hard, really hard. I lost my job at the factory. Bills piled up faster than I could count them. And every time I looked at my wife's worried face or heard my daughters asking why we couldn't afford new shoes, I felt like I was suffocating. So one morning I just left, told Jennifer I was going to look for work in another state. Never came back. If this story is speaking to your heart right now, hit that like button. For 12 years, I've moved from city to city, state to state. Had jobs, lost jobs. Started new relationships that all ended the same way, because you can't build anything real on a foundation of lies. I told myself I was giving them a better chance without me dragging them down. But the truth? I was just scared. Scared of failing. Scared of not being man enough to provide for my family. My daughters were 6 and 4 when I left. Emma was starting 1st grade, excited about learning to read. Little Olivia was just learning to write her name. They probably don't even remember my face now. They probably think their dad is some kind of monster who just disappeared into thin air. And they'd be right. Late at night, when the TV can't drown out my thoughts anymore, I wonder about them. Did Emma finish school? Did Olivia learn to ride a bike? Did Jennifer manage to keep the house? Did she find someone better? Someone who actually stayed when things got tough? Someone who didn't run like a coward? But I never went back, never called, never sent a letter, because shame is a prison with walls you build yourself, and the longer you stay inside, the thicker those walls become. You start believing you've gone too far, done too much damage, that there's no way back. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. I was in a diner in Detroit, drinking bad coffee and feeling sorry for myself when a man sat down across from me. I didn't invite him. Didn't even look up at first. But then he said my name, Marcus. I froze. Nobody knew me in Detroit. I'd been careful to stay anonymous, to not get close to anyone. I looked up slowly, and what I saw in his eyes made me forget to breathe. They were deep, knowing, like they could see straight through all the lies I'd been telling myself. "Who are you?" I asked, my voice rough. "My name is Jesus," he said simply.
"And I know who you are."
"I know what you did. I know why you're here, alone, running from the life you should be living. I should have gotten up and walked out. Should have told him to mind his own business. But something kept me in that booth. Maybe desperation, maybe curiosity. Maybe because for the first time in 12 years, someone was really seeing me. So you know I'm a piece of garbage," I said bitterly. "No, I abandoned my family, left my wife to raise 2 kids alone, destroyed 3 lives because I was too weak to handle my own. What are you going to do about it?" Jesus didn't flinch. He just looked at me with those eyes that saw everything. "I didn't come here to condemn you, Marcus. I came to tell you something you need to hear. There's always a door for you to come back, always." I laughed, but there was no humor in it. "Come back? After 12 years? Man, you must be crazy. They don't want to see me? Probably hope I'm dead somewhere." "They don't hope that," Jesus said with certainty. "Your daughter Emma is 18 now. She just started college, working 2 jobs to pay for it because there's no money for tuition. She's studying to be a nurse, wants to help people, even though she's never really been helped herself. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more life-changing content." Each word hit me like a physical blow. How did he know this? How did he know my daughter? "And Olivia," Jesus continued. "She's 16, smart as a whip, but angry. Angry at the world. Angry at you, angry at herself for still caring about a father who abandoned her. She gets in fights at school, acts tough because she's scared of being vulnerable again." Tears started burning in my eyes. I tried to blink them away, but they kept coming. "And Jennifer?" My voice cracked on her name. "She's tired, Marcus. Exhausted from working 3 jobs for years. From being both mother and father, from carrying a weight that was meant to be shared. She has gray hair now that wasn't there when you left, lines on her face from worry and sleepless nights. But you want to know something?" I couldn't speak, just nodded. "She kept your picture. in a drawer in her bedroom. She takes it out sometimes and wonders where you are, if you're safe, if you ever think about them, if you're ever coming home. That's impossible, I whispered. Nobody waits 12 years. Nobody keeps hope alive that long. Jesus leaned forward. The love of a faithful wife doesn't follow human logic. And God's love is even bigger than that. You think you've gone too far, done too much damage. But the truth is, you're just one decision away from going home. I can't, I protested. I have nothing to offer them. No savings, no success story, nothing. How do I show up empty-handed after 12 years? They don't want your money, Marcus. They want you. They want their father back. They want their husband back. It doesn't matter what state you're in. What matters is that you come back. Leave a comment below if this message is touching you. What if they slam the door in my face? What if Jennifer moved on? What if my daughters hate me? Jesus stood up from the booth. Then at least you tried. At least you gave them the choice to forgive or not forgive. But you can't make that choice for them. You can't assume they don't want you back without giving them the chance to tell you themselves. He held out his hand. Come with me. Right now. Right now. My heart started racing. But I'm not ready. I need time to prepare, to figure out what to say. If you wait until you're ready, you'll never go back, Jesus interrupted. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting despite it. Let's go. And somehow, I don't know how, I stood up. My legs were shaking, my stomach was in knots, but I stood up and followed Jesus out of that diner. We got in an old truck and he started driving south back toward North Carolina, back toward the home I'd abandoned 12 years ago. Hit that like button if you believe in second chances and restoration. The drive took hours, but it felt like minutes and eternities all at once. Jesus didn't say much, just drove steadily while I sat in the passenger seat, my mind racing with every possible scenario. What would I say? How would I explain 12 years of silence? How could I possibly make them understand when I didn't even understand myself? What if I mess this up? I asked as we crossed into North Carolina. You probably will, Jesus said honestly. You'll say the wrong things. You'll stumble over your words. You might even make it worse before it gets better. But that's okay, because showing up is the first step. The rest comes after. I don't deserve forgiveness, I said quietly. Nobody deserves forgiveness, Jesus replied. That's the whole point of forgiveness. It's not earned, it's given. But you have to be willing to receive it. And that means facing the people you hurt. We pulled onto a familiar street and my heart nearly stopped. I recognized that neighborhood. Those houses, that corner store where I used to buy milk. Everything looked older, more worn, but it was still there. Still real. I'd almost convinced myself it was all a dream, that my old life didn't actually exist anymore. That's the house, I said, pointing to a small blue house with a sagging porch. That's where they live, where I used to live. Jesus pulled up to the curb and turned off the engine. This is where I leave you. You have to do this part alone. Wait, you're not coming with me? Share this message of hope with someone who needs it today. I'll be here, Jesus said. But you need to walk through that door yourself. You need to face your family yourself. That's how healing begins. I sat in the truck for what felt like an hour, staring at that house. I could see lights on inside. Someone was home. Maybe all of them. My hands were shaking so badly I had to grip the door handle just to steady them. Marcus, Jesus said gently. There's always a door for you to come back, always, but you have to walk through it. I opened the truck door and stepped out onto the sidewalk. Each step toward that house felt like walking through concrete. The front yard needed mowing. The porch railing was broken in places. More evidence of what my absence had cost them. If I'd been here, I would have fixed these things, would have taken care of my family. I climbed the 3 steps to the porch, stood in front of the door I used to walk through every day. Raised my hand to knock and then froze. 12 years. How do you knock on a door after 12 years? Just knock. I heard Jesus' voice in my head. There's always a door for you to come back. I knocked. 3 times. Loud and clear. No turning back now. I heard footsteps inside. Heavy, quick footsteps. The door opened and I found myself face to face with a young woman. It took me a second to recognize her. Emma, my little girl who used to sit on my lap and make me read her stories. Now 18, tall, with Jennifer's eyes and my stubborn chin. She stared at me like she was seeing a ghost. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. "Emma," I managed to say. It's me. It's Dad. Turn on notifications so you don't miss videos that will transform your life." Her face went through about 10 different emotions in 5 seconds. Shock, disbelief, confusion, and then anger. Pure burning anger. "No," she said, her voice shaking. "No, you don't get to do this. You don't get to just show up after 12 years and say, 'It's me, it's Dad,' like you went out for cigarettes and got lost. Emma, please." "Mom," she yelled over her shoulder. "Mom, you need to come here." I heard more footsteps, and then Jennifer appeared behind Emma. She looked older, so much older than I remembered. Her hair was streaked with gray. She'd lost weight, and there were deep lines around her eyes. But it was still her, still the woman I'd loved. The woman I'd abandoned. When she saw me, all the color drained from her face. She grabbed the door frame for support, like her legs might give out. "Marcus," she whispered. "Is that really you?" "It's me, Jen. I know I have no right to be here. I know I don't deserve to even look at you. But I came back. I finally came back." Jennifer just stared at me, tears starting to stream down her face. She didn't say anything, just covered her mouth with her hand and cried. "Who is it?" Another voice came from inside the house, younger, sharper. "Emma, who's at the door?" A teenage girl with purple streaks in her hair and wearing all black pushed past Jennifer and Emma. "Olivia, my baby. 16 years old now, looking at me like I was something she scraped off her shoe. Is this him?" Olivia asked, her voice dripping with contempt. "Is this the sperm donor who decided being a dad was too hard? Leave a comment telling how this story is impacting you." "Olivia," Jennifer said weakly, but Olivia ignored her. "You know what, man? You missed it. You missed everything. You missed Emma's graduation. You missed my first day of high school. You missed Mom crying herself to sleep every night for years. You missed birthdays, Christmases, all of it. So what are you doing here now? Need money? Need a place to crash? Because we don't have anything for you." Every word was a knife, but I deserved every cut. "I'm not here for money," I said, my voice breaking. "I'm here because I was wrong. Because I've been wrong for 12 years. Because I'm sorry. Because I want to come home if you'll let me." Share this video now and bring this message of restoration to more families. You want to come home. Olivia laughed, but it was harsh, bitter. "Home? This stopped being your home the day you walked out. You don't get to decide 12 years later that you want to play house again." "Olivia, that's enough," Jennifer said, her voice stronger now. She wiped her tears and looked at me directly. "Marcus, you need to come inside. This conversation isn't happening on the porch for all the neighbors to see." She stepped back, opening the door wider. Emma and Olivia looked shocked. "Mom, are you serious?" Emma protested. "Inside, now, all of us," Jennifer said with a firmness I remembered from years ago. The voice that meant she wasn't asking, she was telling. I stepped into the house, and it was like stepping back in time. The same couch, worn and sagging now. The same pictures on the walls, though there were new ones too. Pictures of my daughters growing up without me. Graduations, awards, moments I should have been there for, but wasn't. We all stood in the living room, awkward and tense. Jennifer sat on the couch, looking exhausted. Emma stood beside her protectively. Olivia paced like a caged animal, shooting daggers at me with her eyes. "Sit down," Jennifer said to me, pointing to the chair across from her. The chair I used to sit in every evening, reading the paper or watching TV. It felt wrong to sit there now, but I did. "Talk," Jennifer said. "You came back after 12 years. You must have something to say. Subscribe and be part of this community, seeking real transformation." I took a deep breath. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to explain something I don't fully understand myself. I was scared, terrified actually. We had no money, I'd lost my job, and every time I looked at you three, I felt like I was failing, like I was dragging you all down with me, so I ran. I told myself it was temporary, that I'd find work somewhere else and send money back. But I was lying to myself. I was just running away from my own fear of not being enough. "So you left us with nothing," Emma said, her voice hard. "You left Mom to work 3 jobs. You left us to wonder if we'd have food next week. You left us to feel like we weren't worth staying for. You were worth staying for, I said, tears running down my face now. You were worth everything. That's why I'm here now. Not because I suddenly became brave or figured everything out, but because I finally realized that running was the biggest cowardice of all. That not trying was worse than trying and failing. Where have you been? Jennifer asked quietly. For 12 years, where were you? Everywhere, nowhere. I moved from city to city. Worked construction, worked in warehouses, washed dishes. Never stayed anywhere long enough to build a life. Never let anyone get close enough to know the truth about what I'd done. Did you think about us? It was the first time Olivia had asked a question instead of hurling an accusation. Her voice was quieter, more vulnerable. Every single day, I said, looking directly at her. Every single day I thought about you, what you were doing. If you were okay, if you hated me, if you remembered me at all, then why didn't you come back? Olivia's voice cracked. If you thought about us every day, why did it take 12 years? Hit that like if this message is transforming something inside you. Because I was a coward. Because shame is a powerful thing. Because the longer I stayed away, the harder it became to come back. Because I didn't think I deserved forgiveness, so I didn't ask for it. At that moment, I felt a presence in the room. I turned, and Jesus was standing there, though no one else seemed to see him at first. He was just there, calm and steady. This family is broken, Jesus said, and suddenly everyone could see him. Jennifer gasped. Emma's eyes went wide. Olivia stepped back, startled. Broken by abandonment, by fear, by years of pain. But broken doesn't mean destroyed. It means there are pieces that need to be put back together. He walked to Jennifer first. You carried this burden alone for too long. You worked until your hands bled and your back ached. You cried tears that no one wiped away. You were mother and father both. But you never gave up hope. That hope wasn't foolish. It was faith. Jennifer started crying again, harder this time. Jesus turned to Emma. You grew up too fast. Had to be strong when you should have been allowed to be young. You protected your mother and sister when someone else should have been protecting all of you. But that strength will serve you well. Just don't forget that strength doesn't mean you can't be vulnerable. Emma's tough expression cracked and tears started falling. Olivia, Jesus said gently, you're angry because you care. You're hurt because you loved. Underneath all that black clothing and purple hair and tough attitude is a girl who just wanted her dad to stay, who wanted to feel important enough to be worth staying for. Turn on notifications for more transformative content. Olivia tried to hold it together, but her face crumpled. She started sobbing and Emma put her arm around her. Jesus turned to me last. Marcus, you ran because you were afraid of not being enough. But by running, you guaranteed the very failure you feared. You'd left them to suffer because you couldn't handle watching them suffer. That's not protection. That's selfishness disguised as sacrifice. I hung my head, unable to look at him, but Jesus continued, you're here now. That counts for something. Not everything, but something. The question is, will you stay this time? When it gets hard again, and it will get hard, will you run? Or will you finally be the man they need you to be? I'll stay, I said firmly. I swear I'll stay. I'll do whatever it takes. Swearing is easy, Jesus said. Staying is hard, especially when your daughters look at you with anger, when your wife can't trust you, when the bills pile up again, when you feel like you're failing again. Will you stay then? Yes, I said, looking at my family. Yes, I will. Because I've learned something in 12 years of running. Running doesn't solve anything. It just creates more problems. And I'm done running. I want to be here. I want to be their father, their husband, even if it takes years to earn back their trust. Even if it's hard, even if I fail sometimes. At least I'll be here trying. Leave a comment about how this story touched your heart. Jennifer stood up slowly. She walked over to me, and for a moment, I thought she might slap me. Part of me hoped she would. I deserved it, but instead, she just looked at me, really looked at me, for the first time in 12 years. I want to believe you, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Oh, God knows I want to believe you. But Marcus, you broke us. You broke me. Do you understand that? I had to tell our daughters their father wasn't coming back. I had to work 16-hour days while they were latchkey kids. I had to choose between electricity and groceries. I had to be strong when I was falling apart. I know, I said. I know I can't fix that. Can't undo it. Can't make it right. All I can do is be here now. Be here tomorrow. Be here every day after that? Why now? She asked. Why after 12 years? I looked at Jesus, who nodded encouragingly, because I met someone who showed me it wasn't too late, who told me there's always a door to come back, who made me realize that my daughters need a father, even an imperfect one who messed up royally, more than they need the ghost of a memory. Jennifer studied my face for a long moment. Then she turned to Emma and Olivia. This is your decision too. He's your father. If you don't want him here, I'll respect that. Emma and Olivia looked at each other, having some kind of silent conversation that only sisters can have. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. I don't forgive you, Emma said finally, looking at me. Not yet. Maybe not for a long time, but I'm willing to let you try. Try to be a father. Try to prove you've changed. Try to show up. But one mistake, one sign that you're going to run again and we're done. Forever, I nodded. That's fair. That's more than fair. Olivia was harder to read. She stood there, arms crossed, jaw tight. I don't even know you, she said. You're a stranger. How am I supposed to let a stranger into my life and call him Dad? You don't have to call me Dad, I said. You can call me Marcus. You can call me nothing at all. I just want the chance to be here, to show you who I am now, to get to know who you are. No pressure, no expectations, just presence. Jesus spoke again, his voice filling the room with warmth. Restoration doesn't happen overnight. It's not a single moment of forgiveness, and then everything is perfect. It's daily choice, choosing to trust again, choosing to try again, choosing to believe in change, even when the past gives you every reason not to. He looked at each of them. Jennifer, you'll have moments when you doubt him, when old fears come back, when you wonder if you made a mistake letting him back in. That's normal. But don't let fear make your decisions for you anymore. Emma, you'll be tempted to test him, to push him away before he can leave again, to protect yourself. But protection that comes from walls also keeps out healing. Be wise, but don't close yourself off completely. Subscribe to the channel and help us reach more families with this message. Olivia, your anger is valid. Don't let anyone tell you it's not. But anger held too long becomes bitterness, and bitterness will poison you from the inside out. You don't have to forgive today, but leave the door open for the possibility. He turned to me one last time. Marcus, there will be days you want to run again. Days when staying feels impossible. Days when you feel like you're not enough, not doing enough, not being enough. Those are the days that matter most. Those are the days when you need to remember this moment and choose to stay anyway. There's always a door for you to come back, Jesus said, his voice echoing through the room. But once you're back, you have to choose to stay. That's the real challenge. That's the real test of whether you've truly changed. He began to fade, his presence slowly dissolving. But his final words hung in the air. This family can be healed. But healing requires work from everyone. Forgiveness from those who were hurt. Faithfulness from the one who caused the hurt. And grace from God to make possible what seems impossible. And then he was gone, leaving us standing there in that living room. My family, still broken, still hurting. But with a chance, a real chance. Jennifer took a deep breath. You can sleep on the couch tonight. We'll figure out everything else as we go. It wasn't a warm, welcome home. It wasn't forgiveness. It wasn't trust. But it was a start. It was a door left open instead of slammed shut. It was a possibility instead of a closed chapter. Hit that like if you believe in redemption and second chances. That was 3 years ago. 3 years of the hardest work I've ever done. 3 years of rebuilding trust one day at a time. 3 years of showing up, even when it was awkward, even when it hurt, even when my daughters looked at me with suspicion instead of love. Emma graduated college last year. I was there, sitting in the audience, crying like a baby when they called her name. She gave me a small smile when she walked across that stage. Just a small one, but it was enough. Olivia is 19 now. Still got that fire in her, but she's softer around the edges. We have breakfast together sometimes, just the two of us. She tells me about school, about her dreams of being a writer. She doesn't call me Dad yet, but she doesn't call me Marcus anymore either. She calls me hey or you, or sometimes just catches my eye, and I know she needs something. Jennifer and I are working on us. We're not the same people we were 12 years ago. We can't go back to what we had, but maybe we can build something new, something stronger, because it's been tested by fire and came out on the other side. Some of you watching this are far from home, far from the people you should be with, far from the responsibilities you should be handling. You've convinced yourself it's too late, that too much time has passed, that too much damage has been done. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell, designed to keep you trapped in shame and fear. The truth is simpler and scarier. There's always a door for you to come back, always. But you have to walk through it. You have to face the people you hurt. You have to do the hard work of rebuilding trust. You have to stay when everything in you wants to run. Subscribe and share this message to bring hope to families who need it. It won't be easy. Nobody will throw you a party. Your kids might hate you for a while. Your spouse might not trust you. The road back is long and painful and humbling, but it's worth it. Because being present, even imperfectly, is better than being a ghost. Because your kids need a father, flaws and all. Because your family needs you to be brave enough to come home. Jesus told me that day in the diner that there's always a door. He was right, but he also taught me that walking through the door is just the beginning. Staying is the real work. Showing up every day is the real miracle. Choosing love over fear, responsibility over comfort, presence over absence, that's the real transformation. If you're watching this and you recognize yourself in my story, please hear me. Come home, walk through that door. Face what you ran from. It's not too late. It's never too late as long as there's breath in your lungs and hope in your heart. There's always a door for you to come back. Always. But only you can choose to walk through it. Only you can choose to stay. Only you can choose to be the person you were called to be. Don't waste another 12 years like I did. Don't let fear and shame keep you from the life you're meant to live. Come home. Your family is waiting. God is waiting. The door is open. All you have to do is walk through it. Comment below, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we're bringing hope and restoration to thousands of families who need to know that change is possible through Christ's love.